Directed by Lee Cronin, the new Evil Dead Rise movie is a gore fest that is creepy, very well acted, completely and utterly immersive, gripping, and an amazing movie. Let's get into this. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm here to say that this movie was absolutely phenomenal. From the cinematography to the acting, the chemistry, the creep factor, and the gore, blood, and all the guts and everything all around was really well done. Lily Sullivan and Alyssa Sutherland both played Beth and Ellie, their sisters. We have the synopsis of the story. Beth is in the music industry, and Ellie is just a mom who is going through the motions that unfortunately their housing situation is in the process of changing. These two estranged sisters get back together, and what happens is, unfortunately, they get involved in a series of demonic events. I will say Alyssa Sutherland killed this role. She embodied the possession to the next level. I was so gripped from the whole storyline in general and everybody else's performance, but Alyssa Sutherland really did a phenomenal job. I have to give great props to her for just embodying this character to the max.
Well, nothing a big old kiss from you won't fix.
Morgan Davies, Nell Fisher, and Gabrielle Eccles also did a phenomenal job. I'm telling you, the performances in this movie were actually top notch. I don't mean to sound like a fanboy of this movie, but I will say that you will have a great time. If you're a horror movie fan by any means, even if you're not a horror movie fan, I will say that you would enjoy this movie. Yes, the gore is really through the roof, and I am not too well versed on the other Evil Dead movies. I know that this is the 5th installment in the Evil Dead franchise. This one is so well done, and as I said, the gore factor is pretty serious. So if you're not a fan of that, which we are, but if you're not a fan of that, then this might not be the movie that you want to go see. From what I understand, Sam Raimi is also behind this as well. He encouraged Lee to do this movie, and he loves his haunted books, you know, case in point, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness with the evil book that Wanda had. I love the idea behind the cursed book thing. It just really incorporates an idea that it's really hard to beat, you know. In the movie, it is really hard to get rid of, or really hard to win, in essence. One of the negatives that I have about this is just the runtime. It was actually really short, to be honest with you. I mean, an hour and 36 minutes, but it just flew by. I didn't even realize the movie was ending. That's how good it was. And to be honest, I don't really have many negatives besides the runtime. I can maybe try and find something, but overall, I really had a good time with this movie. I don't think that there's much that I can say negatively about this movie. Maybe a little bit more depth in the story. That's about it. This movie was very well rounded. You will have a great time, trust me. This is a spoiler-free review, so I will not divulge any specific parts of the movie, but there's one part of the movie where something happens with one of the characters, and the entire audience just kind of skeeved at that moment so heavily. Like, everybody was pretty much in unison, like, oh my god, you know. And then there was so much other stuff happening, people getting hacked, you know, and thrown, gore and everything, and where everybody's just like, there's one part for something that was just so small compared to everything else. Everybody was in unison with it. It's just crazy, and it's just funny how it happened in the theater. Like, a couple of us chuckled afterwards because everybody was just like, oh my god. It's crazy how this movie just encapsulated everybody in the theater. Everybody reacted pretty similarly to the events that were on the screen. Obviously, this isn't a comedy, it's a horror movie, but there's some pretty funny moments in horror movies, and the times that were funny, they were spot on. The jokes were not over the top or minimal. They weren't even jokes. It was just like subtle things. I love that too in the direction. The direction here was really well done, and it was concise. I love the way how Lee directed this movie because it was so immersive and interactive in the sense that, you know, you're just involved in every scene. That never really slowed down, but it also didn't go too fast. As I said, great movie. You're gonna have a great time with it. If you take the family, well, good luck dealing with those kids. It was a great time to watch. Well, thank you guys for joining me in this review. I had a great time watching this movie, and hopefully you had a decent time watching this video. If you aren't subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button and the bell next to it so you can get a notification anytime there's a new video. Thanks again for watching, guys. Until the next one.